Hi, castheads around the world and Solido fans around the world. Welcome for joining us. I with me right here is Clement, who is the brand director for Solido. He is. I won't tell you where he's stationed because I don't know if I'm allowed to say that because he's the stuff that he does is so cool. If I tell you where his location is, we may have to scrub out that place. So, I'm just going to leave it. But thank you so much, Clement, for joining us. The reason why we're having this meeting today and this interview is because something really special has come up. It is to do with a new 2025 model. And most of you guys would have seen it already on our previous video. If you haven't, check it out because it is absolutely fantastic. Liberty walks in the house. I have to say, Clement, Solido is kicking off 2025 in a really grand way with your with the Street Tune and the Liberty Walk selection. It's amazing.
Yeah, 2025, it's what we announce on the catalog. Nobody see it, but we have two cars taking a big U-turn, and Solido is going really deep in the tuned world for the cars. Is Actually, I think we have to catch new collectors. We have to go to the young people, and young people like same than me. They like tuned car. So LB, RWB, and I can say Tandem now are the new way for Solido, the new way for finding some exciting models, some things interesting, different than what we do before. Mhm.
Now, this is not the first time that Solido have done Liberty Walk models. This is so. How many models has Liberty Walks been doing with Solido so far? And y'all have been doing it in two scales, both 118 and 143.
I think on 118 we have one mold, is the R35. We have do already, I have to say, honestly, 20 version. It's crazy. So many
20,
livery. 20 on one model. But all different is it's yeah, it's all unique cars. And
but
we have
they're also based on actual models because I remember
yeah,
a couple of
mm,
months ago y'all produced a Liberty Walk R35 and it was based on a gentleman who owned a watch shop in I think Hong Kong in this beautiful yellow and black version. So the
yeah,
cars
because
that you guys
yeah,
sorry.
it's because something's maybe collectors didn't know. The case of Liberty Walk is a double license. You have a license for Nissan, a license for LB,
Yeah.
and the point is, Nissan have make her limits. They want only real cars. So we cannot create our own models like it was done before. Now we have already to find to prove we are doing the copy of an existing car. However, no license. Hmm.
Wow. So how involved is Liberty Walks get involved with the production and the design of these models with you guys?
Mm. For the moment, we work like classically. I found the photo. Sometime Toshi from LB sent me some set of photo. We do the
Right?
prototype. We send to LB, who make some comment or not, and after we send it to Nissan, who give a second approval. So this is a classic way of working. But now is we have some secret project, on site comings, and LB have opened the door and tell us maybe we can design our own car and send them some design. If they like the livery, maybe they will offer it to a customer. So we are working on it, and I hope soon some exclusive livery will come. I think Mini GT do it before on 164 with some livery, and so we have to go on it.
Yeah, I have to say, in 164 scale, if we're discussing diecast, 164 scale Liberty Walks has really inserted themselves into the hobby. But when it comes to 143 and 118 scale, you guys seem to be having the edge because you guys are working so closely with Liberty Walks. You know, in fact, some say that Liberty Walks may have an office inside Solido, or Solido has an office inside Liberty Walks. I don't know. That may be the rumor. I'm going to let it
No,
be
no,
because it's kind of cool to think that. Um, but
no,
also,
it's starting now to be closer. It's now we have an office in Thailand, so we are more on the Asian scene of tuning cars, of diecast convention, who are really important in Asia. And we spend more time with LB, and so it's why many projects start now. And I think many brand like Ignition doing a great job, but expensive. And the place for Solido is here. We can offer a compromise with a certain quality. Quality can be okay for the deco. Maybe some wheels will not be 100% accurate like Ignition because it's not the same price. But we try to offer the best things we can for customer. If you are not a rich collector, you can have a nice collection with Solido. This is the way.
this is I actually this is what I tell a lot of people as well when we discuss die-cast models, because at the end of the day, you do have the high-end die-cast models that, you know, when people look at it under a microscope, which is not the way anyone is going to look at their models. Once they pull it out of the box, it goes into a display, and that is it. But there are way more model collectors in the world who deserve a chance and an opportunity to be able to get into the hobby and you know, have the same amount of fun. And as a budget model collector myself, I look at my collection. This is all Solido. I am proud of the Solidos that I have. And look at it. It has Le Mans. It has RWB. There are a few GT spirits and all in there as well. But I've noticed that the Solido group as a whole is also getting into a lot of more JDM models, which is really, really awesome because there is, like you said, a fantastic market out there. And I'd like to say this to our viewers who are watching in as well. If you follow Clement on social media, you will see the inspiration of where he gets his ideas from. Because I do follow him, and he is a big fan of all these car shows. If you can't get to the car show yourself, it's easier to follow Clement because he's there on the ground and he's taking all these fantastic video and pictures. And you can obviously see the inspiration for these things. And speaking of inspiration, Clement, can we talk about the origins of this Nissan GTR, because it is it's a spectacular design. I'm in love with it, and to be honest, this was one of my favorite releases that you guys
Ah,
did, the Air Force model. So I'm a huge fan of highly designed cars as well. You know, cars that border on the fringe of being art. And for me, this is not just a Liberty Walks. This is not just a Nissan GTR. This looks good on my shelf. So, like this new one, you know, what is the inspiration? And it's all based on a real car. So tell us the story behind.
yeah, this one is from Thailand. It was made by Liberty World Thailand called Infinite Motorsport. They do a
Right.
lot of crazy livery. These guys are really, really powerful, creative, and they have a shop called Wrap Icon, and they make a lot of crazy livery with Gundam, with
Wow.
many things from yeah. So yeah, this is things will come on Solido too because um we we look what people said about Solido model. Sometimes people said, "Hey, Solido, how many version of the car you will do?" But for this sort of car, I mean, for RWB, for LB, every car is unique. I understand for E36, a classic car, people can be boring when you do all the catalog of colors, but there is
Yeah.
always someone who wants it. But for this car, for me, it's like a new tooling all time because the car was really totally different. If you take the yellow and black, and the Army one is two car totally different.
Yeah.
So no, so many. many projects are coming for 2025. This is the first revelation for today. I can tell you we are working close with Toshi, and probably Solido will appear on the Liberty Workshop online. And so many tooling came on, especially on 118. Um, I can tell you one of the first model is one of my favorite, is a classic one, is the Skyline Akozuka, the old one.
Ooh,
So this one is a banger,
that
came
is.
with many version, with all radiator, with lights. So many things to do on this one is coming. And the second big tooling, almost ready, the photo will come soon, is the Toyota GR86. Because this car is so cool in this version. You know, in Europe, now you are in Europe, Nigel. You know,
Yes.
this car have so many tax and look like an expensive car, but in Japan, no tax is a cheap car and you can tune it really easy. And the Liberty Walk is really nice. It's so big version Cummings.
Oh
And
wow, I am so excited.
after we have already one, two, I have already three of those models will join the lineup. The three of us
I
small. So this year, five new LB work will join Solido 118.
okay, uh I'm going to be a real journalist here, and I'm going to go back to something that you said earlier, because one thing is, what's also cool about models and associating it with the Asian culture and Asian pop culture is the fact that there are so many fans of different types of categories. You have the fans of the car, you have the fans of Liberty Walks, and then you have the fans of pop culture. Now, earlier you dropped a name. You said Gundam.
Yeah. Gundam. There is
Please tell.
a really nice livery on the Super on the GR Super LB work. And is in Thailand, is in Bangkok. And this is so a great cat. So this is
Uh,
things we have to bring, you know, is a part of the culture, and you
and the
can
thing
make
is,
a design. You can make a design like this, remind Gundam Universe, but without licensing, because one of the problem we face sometimes is licensing.
yeah, and of
You
course,
have a RWB. Wow. One I really love with Astro Boy is Astro Boy is one of my favorites anime from when I was young, and but I cannot made it because of licensing issue is so difficult because using the but so many design from LB are more simple. We can do it with no license, only the license from LB work. This
yeah,
is really interesting. The only LB work we cannot make before was the Playboy. The Playboy they showed 2 years ago in Tokyo Auto Salon because
yeah,
of licensing. But many deco they shows, many deco made by the owner of LB, we can do it. So this is great for collectors. We can go ahead and
yeah.
release a lot of things.
And I personally think, it's good for some of these license holders as well. Like, for example, Gundam. There's a new generation of people who don't know about things like that. And the beautiful part about cars is these act like an advertisement to, the pop culture that keeps on giving to the licensors and because they keep, getting familiar with these new brands, the new
Yeah.
hobby lovers and car lovers. But now Solido is moving a lot into more tuner-based models, I've noticed. Does this mean that we're going to see less and less of y'all's other lines, like y'all's Motorsport and stock standards, or is there going to be like an
We keep
equal mix?
we will always keep some classic is a part of the market of collectors. we will keep it, but we reduce it. Honestly speaking, the sale for the car from the 50s is reducing a lot, except some iconic car like Aston Martin DB5 or Bugatti, some really old, really classic. You can sell it every time. For example, the French classic we made before, Renault 4L, Citroën 2CV, became difficult to sell because maybe we sell
Yeah,
it for so many years. Me, Burago, all the brand, we sell it for so long time. And because the new generation of collectors don't see this car in the street.
yeah, that's it.
So they
I
opt
think,
for new things. Hmm.
yeah, I think unfortunately now the generation that used to appreciate older cars, for example, like myself, and it's always best to put these examples on myself, that way I don't insult anybody out there. Okay. I'm an old man, I admit it, I'm quite fine with it. But yeah, my generation is probably the last generation of car lovers who, remember cars from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, because now the newer generation, for them, a classic car is 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
They look at the 90s BMW or a 90s the Mercedes and go, oh, check out that, that classic. And we're thinking, no, no, that's not a classic. That was, okay, it's a classic.
Yes.
So,
Is what
so
I said.
yes,
A long time ago, I start doing some car meeting, and E36 was really early car. When I start to doing this, classic collectors tell me, "Oh, why you invite this car?" But now this car have 35 years is totally
yeah.
classic. Mm.
Now, which is also an interesting topic because now drifting has become a huge part in motorsport. So, as time goes on and we have new additions and subtractions to the motorsport field, like for example, breakdancing was part of the Olympics. Now it's not anymore. Thank God. Right. Drifting, however, is not like breakdancing in the Olympics. It's much cooler. And there are some fantastic cars that have evolved from the drift circuit. So, will Solido be doing some, when I say motorsport, will drifting become a big part of that? Because I do know there are some fantastic drift cars out there and some fantastic drift celebrities as well. So, will we be seeing those in 118?
Yeah, drifting car is in the list. No,
I'm like the hard talk of diecast.
no, we start some drifting cars with our collabs with Bar. The only problem we have with drifting car is all the cars are different. Many modification. It's really hard to have a standard tooling for this. And because of the price, we try to keep on Solido line. Sometimes it's difficult. But
Understood.
drifting will come. And I remember 5 years ago, I talked with BMW for licensing. I want to do some drift car, and we discussed for 6 months. And now it's not a question. Is okay for everybody. Drift now is a classic one.
Yeah.
So many cars to do. And yes, yes, is really interesting because rally car are still hesitate between electric, not electric, changing 10 time opinion. Classic rally, I think for me, we have done already a lot of cars. Many brands do it for years, and Formula One is still good for the
Yeah.
competition, but I think drift is the most interesting. You have crazy livery with metallic paint, matte paint covering. You have good cars, stock, custom, so many things to do in drift, and it's worldwide. Is US, Japan, Europe. Everybody is
Yeah.
crazy about drift. So for me, yes, drift is the future for competition collection. Yeah.
All right. So I think that really covers it then. I mean, to recap, we've got five new models coming out in 2025, beginning with this beautiful silver. So, but one more question. What is this particular R35 called? I mean, does it have a nickname like the RWBs do, or
No, no, no. They don't have nickname, but I have one last exclusivity for you. You will be happy. We will start a new collaboration on Solido with another brand called American Diorama. Do you
oh,
know them?
yes, of course. Excellent.
So
Oh, I am.
we will soon release some special item with LB work item and Kato figure and some Makai-san and RWB. So this will come soon, and I think it's just the beginning of collaboration between our two brands. So this is the good things we made during the Malaysian diecast convention with American Diorama, and now with Thomas, we want to go ahead and release this. So
And
I
Thomas is a
think
lovely gentleman.
yeah, I think items will came in you will show it. Sure, sure, you will show these samples in January in Tokyo at the Tokyo Auto Salon, and I
Beautiful.
think delivery will start end of January. So this will be great because it's things missing, and a new generation of collectors really want this figure is
Yeah,
uh, is a part of the
because
myth.
that's the other
Mhm.
thing. One of the side hobbies that has come out of model collecting in a huge way is model car photography and diecast photography. And it's amazing how that has taken over the world because, it's one thing to buy the model and put it on your shelf, but now you are able to create your own world, your own environments, your own interpretation of how you see the model. And
Yeah.
and having accessories has become a really great idea. And for our viewers who are watching, you may be wondering why does LB Walks and RWB and all these guys get into doing this sort of thing? Well, think about it, right? Not everybody can own an RWB, not everybody can own a Liberty Walk. So you can't run a company and keep it going just purely on that. You've got to kind of expand into looking at other money making ventures and avenues. And merchandising, licensing and merchandising has become a very lucrative venture for Liberty Walks. And when they work with people like Solido, the result is, fantastic collaboration that gives us as hobby collectors an opportunity to not only have some really gorgeous models like this gorgeous new R35, that since it's not named, I'm just going to call it gorgeous, right? The gorgeous new R35, in the hands of collectors around the world, for everybody to enjoy without, any discrimination whatsoever. And I mean, everybody knows there are other brands associated with Solido. So if you want to take it a step further and go up the ladder, you can check those brands out as well. But thank you so much, Clement.
Oh,
On behalf of collectors around the world, 118 scale collectors and people like myself who are on a budget, thank you for bringing this sort of thing to reality, and it's lovely to see brands like you guys making these sort of leaps and jumps into, understanding what the market wants and what the market needs. um, Very exciting, very exciting,
yeah,
so thank you so much.
and I think is this month of December is good for announcing. So we will set to everybody wait. I think I will show some things for Christmas. If you are not too busy on Christmas, you can look on Facebook, and
Oh, I'm not busy.
many many things will come for the toy fair as we do every year. But many things coming. I will be more on the social network. I will work a little bit more, sharing more what we do. For example, I just go to I am Bangkok, a big
Right.
event with many cars. So we are filming. We will
Yeah.
be showing this after between Christmas and New Year's when everybody is in holidays. Is a good time for watching things and
Yes,
having idea.
exactly.
We keep mind open, and if your community want to share idea, we always want. So guys, you have idea, give them. Maybe we do it.
Yes, the community, I have to say, is always up for ideas. And Again, I've been seeing some of the new releases you guys have been talking about, and I must say, the world is buzzing with the fact that you guys have got a lot of these beautiful models coming up in the next, not just, year, in the next few months. So we're not even talking about a year away, or we're talking about next few months, we're going to be seeing some fantastic stuff. My advice to everybody out there, get that third job. You're going to need it. Seriously. On that note,
Good.
thank you so much, Clement, for joining us. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing the time.
Thank,
And
thank you too,
thank you
Nigel.
for all the exclusives that you have provided all of us here today. We are very excited to see what Solido brings for 2025.
Thank you, Nigel. And guys, still following, still reading Casted Magazine. So good.
Thank you. All right. Take it easy.
Thanks for
Bye
your
bye.
work. Bye.